Boris Becker.
Oh! All right. Oh, come on.
No. She's hot, okay? Because if you were saying that Hillary Swank isn't hot, then you're saying I'm not hot, because obviously I'm not as hot as Hillary Swank.
If that's how you do it on Survivor.
Welcome back to The League Has Spoken, our episode 10, episode 8 of the official Survivor 49 season. We're well into it. We're past the merge. Bree is gone. I've been left to my own devices today. Well, she's gone from the podcast. She's downstairs right now. But Mikey's back. Mikey, welcome back.
Always a pleasure, except I'm only slightly offended that Bree didn't want to hop on with me.
Well, she likes to do every other
Mm,
because it is kind of a big commitment. I really
it is.
wasn't sure what we were signing ourselves up for. But we have things to do. So she's a normal human being and I'm a freak. So I said I would do every one. She's doing every other. She may or may not join us for Bree's Superlatives. We'll see if we get
Oh.
that segment. But let's get into this. Mikey, I know you don't have a lot of time, which is going to force us to keep it a little bit more succinct this week, which is good because
Yes.
lately it's been getting out of control.
That will be a task.
But before we dive into the episode, we have to take the temperature of the room here.
Mm.
So last night, we were hanging out with your sister, and she was like, I'm really worried about you two. So I'd like to prove to her this is either going to be really good,
Mm.
or is the reason we're not going to be able to be left alone together. Again.
Fair.
You ready to try something?
Yes.
She specifically called you out. She was like, he's going to be a lot. So I'd like to make a series of statements to you, just to kind of
Okay.
set the tone and let you react. And we're going to kind of see, we're going to either prove to Megan that she was right or wrong.
Mhm.
Fair?
Mm.
So again, her hypothesis is that we could not be left alone together.
Like this
So I'm
extra.
gonna make some provocative statements here.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be not about the game to start.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. First state, I have like 3 or 4. First statement, Five Below is the latchkey kid of dollar stores.
Ooh. You know, don't-
It's fine. Is it great? No.
no, it's not great, but it's better than the dollar store.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's like saying I'd rather get a D- than an F.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's not the end all be all, but I'm gonna
It's
peruse. I'm
it's
gonna
a
walk around.
store. It's a store that's only the end caps of other stores.
Oh, Five Below is like TikTok shop brought to an in-person store for me, if that makes sense.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good
like
analogy.
that's why I like going to Five Below because why wait for it to ship in a week when I could just go get it in person that same day?
Yeah, get your identity stolen in person.
Exactly,
Then
exactly.
instead of all right.
Yeah.
This is going well. Second statement. Duke basketball will never be as relevant as they were in the 90s.
I mean, that's a terrible statement considering they're literally a fraction of the NBA is Duke.
Yeah, but they're a team. They're a good team. Are they a good program? When was the
Yes,
last time they had someone stay longer than 2 years?
they're literally the epitome of basketball.
They're the epitome of one and
It's
done.
which everyone then copied, right?
Do
And
they?
now everyone's looking at pro readiness and helping their kids get to the next level. I mean, you
How
could
many
you
how many championships has Duke won in the last 25 years?
two.
Mm.
Which, hey, again, I'm not gonna. When it comes from a overall team success, championships are a part of it, absolutely. But there's a lot more factors that go into it because you unfortunately can't name me many UConn basketball players that are successful in the NBA.
Stephon Castle was Rookie of the Year last year.
Yes,
He is averaging over 20 points a night currently.
That is fantastic. Who else?
The first the first 65 this is proving Megan's point. No, we have to work together.
Right, we
This is
do. It is
backfiring on me.
really making
We're
a
doing
point,
such a
but
good job. This is my fault. All right.
we can have constructive conversations. I'm all about
Yes.
them. I
Yes,
just
that's
taught a
fine.
class on constructive dialogue, so
The point is that Megan's wrong. That's what we all need to take away from this as a league.
I agree. I mean, we'll look at her scores later on. We'll
She
see that.
almost she almost just divided us. All right. I have one more that leads into the recap because
Yes.
the three people that listen to this are like, just please, dear God, get to it. Um, Savannah's not a mean person. Sorry, let me adapt that. Savannah's not shown anything on the island that makes her a bully
In recent weeks.
at all.
In the first, no, in the first, like literally the first 2 days, she was by far the meanest player. Yes. In
What
the recent weeks, she has
what
not because and when I say recent weeks, I mean the last two episodes because she saw the numbers game not go her way, so she adjusted her attitude real quick.
well, I disagree with you to an extent, but we'll get to that. That's our segue. Again, the point is Megan was wrong. We can do this. All right, so
Absolutely.
let's throw up the spoiler warning now. All right, the episode starts, and this is, by the way, I don't feel like a lot happened this week. I feel like there's a lot to talk about in terms of
Yeah.
like the excitement and the chaos of it.
Literally the last 30 minutes of the episode, not even the last 10
Right.
minutes of the episode was the only entertaining part of it
But
to me.
but all my notes fit on one page.
Yeah.
So we start the episode starts and the recap is just like, hey, there was a power flip last time.
Yep.
Didn't really queue up or tease anything, which was good because
No.
sometimes they're like, don't forget this person has an idol. And I'm like, all right, well that's guess that's gonna be important. But didn't really tell us anything, which is fine.
Nope.
We go to our first new footage, and it's revealed that the name of the new merged tribe is Luwatu. I don't know if you know this, Mikey, but they let them name themselves. Past
Oh,
seasons, that's been more of a thing. Like there
right.
was a season, one of Bree and I's favorite seasons, not that I've seen a lot, is Pearl Islands.
Yep.
Excuse me, when Rupert's first season, and he finds a snake in that season, and he names it Balboa, and so they end up naming the merged tribe after Balboa the snake. It doesn't matter. There's what I'm saying is there's more of a story to it, and we got no context for this at all.
So I just did a quick Google search to understand what it means. And it either means in Fijian specifically, ocean, or strongest woman in the village.
So,
So very
Valerity
interesting.
tweeted about that.
I
I
find that
forgot to
very
bring that up.
interesting, just given who is now in the power positions of the season.
Yes,
I think that it is actually very fitting too.
I
Um,
I agree. I
so there
like
we
it.
go. You know.
I wish someone had said that, and we didn't have to do our own
Correct. And we
research.
didn't have to Google search that. Right. Is like I think we would be a better production team because I have some comments on the production of this past week's episode and how it was
Ooh,
actually terrible.
that's fantastic. I can't wait for that to come up. Um, the only other thing I wrote from this nighttime thing is that even in the dark, you can see how jacked up Juwan's teeth are.
Yeah, man, it's not good. It's really not good. I also just wish that they like actually like showed how terrible at math these people are. Because
Mm,
like they just never show how like and again we'll get into it when we get into the scramble too, but like they're just all really bad at counting because it's like
mm,
everyone like, they didn't even get to really talk about how Savannah and Rizzo like could have actually discussed how the votes are will not be in their favor for a significant amount of time unless they go start like hammering home working now. They just like hopped into it immediately in the morning instead.
yep, I agree.
Like if I don't know, I mean like if I was personally playing the game, I would have freaked out way more of like, oh shit, we are ousted if we don't figure it out.
Yes,
Like they were way too calm
they
that
were
night
way too
after
calm.
that. Way
You know
too calm.
what? As it turns out, not to jump too far ahead, as if we're spoiling the episode, anyone that's in the league and watching this, which is a small number of people, has
Right, I
watched
was
the episode.
right, exactly.
No one, I don't think anyone in the league is watching this. I actually could probably stop there. I don't think anyone in the league is watching this that hasn't watched the episode. But not to get too far ahead, turns out they didn't really have to panic anyway. So continuing, Juwan tries to do some damage control. He picks a Rizzo. Um, because he's probably afraid of Savannah.
Yeah,
Smart.
still is, right? Absolutely.
Do you want to get to that now? Should we just do our Savannah debate now?
So, well, I just would like to recall last week's pod where it was you were all saying it was the Hate Savannah episode. I'm in the personal opinion, it's this is just we all hate Savannah the season. The girl is just she is flip floppy, man. She's flip floppy. I don't like it. I
Okay,
think she.
I had this discussion with my mom,
Hmm,
and I asked her because I was like, everyone's like, I agree that I get the vibe that she is mean and she's intense, but
absolutely.
I watching it, but I tried to think specifically, and I'm open to the idea that I'm missing something. Try to think about what specifically she has said to another person on camera, because I can only operate off of that, right?
Correct.
That would be considered her being me. And I asked my mom that question. She's like, I don't know. She's really intense. And I was like, well, yes, that's not up for debate.
Right.
I get that. She has an intense nature about her. But I'm
Absolutely.
like, and my mom said, you know what? Maybe I'm thinking about how she is in the confessionals as
Yeah.
well.
Because right is that,
About
and I
that?
think that's where I get the mean girl vibe is that
Sure.
she has yet to say anything negative, like directly to someone, which is again point of Survivor, right? You want to like be friends with everyone to help benefit you, but like she is downright nasty behind closed doors. So it's like, what other shit are you gonna say about people that you actually like know more information about other than these random strangers that you've met for
Right.
15 days? And then I also think is I didn't like off the jump. She was over here making these alliances with people that she hadn't even actually competed in a challenge with yet. She was like, "Oh, we're the top four. We're the top four," and you hadn't even done anything yet. Like you didn't even see that Sage was actually going to be better than you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, she's nothing. She's going to be whatever. She's weird. She's ousted." And then
Yeah,
we're here
but
14 days later. Oh, I'm the outcast. I'm the
in
victim.
in
She's the
her
mean
in
girl.
her defense, the first thing Sage says is describe your poop to me. I urinated in front of you 3 times and I collect blackheads. So
Yes.
you're telling me, Mikey, that someone says that to you and you're not she's
But
gonna
like
go.
we said on camera, things that have been said on camera. We don't know every.
How many of your friends are you friends with after they were like, "Okay, describe your poop to me"?
Yeah, not in the first conversation. I feel like those are conversations you have to evolve into. However, you're also all living on an island with nothing for a month by choice. So you're all pretty fucking weird, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
know, like you're none of these people on this island are normal human beings.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I'll
But
agree that she's intense. I feel like she plays the game like an old school player.
yes.
But to me, maybe it's because I've been watching some of the old seasons when
Hmm.
like people would be like, "I don't like you," and they'd throw their socks in the fire. But
Yeah, right.
like
You do some petty
that's
shit.
such a higher bar for me.
Mm.
For I feel like they don't like her on the island because she's clearly playing the game and they're all like trying to do it more subtly. She's playing
I,
different than they
do
are.
I do feel like that has become the common thread of like people's downfall is the second they start playing hard is when they get ousted.
Sure, which
So
is
that's
fair.
where I think Savannah needs to like recognize that and maybe like cool it a little bit because it puts more of a target on her back. Like she's not going to win immunity every week. Like that was
Absolutely.
which we'll get into it, but I feel like it was like a catered challenge to her. And
Really
we'll talk about again more of my
interesting.
issues with production. But
Interesting.
yeah, it's like I just didn't the first what 20 minutes of the episode was just very boring and like so to the why I don't know why Jawan went and talked to Rizzo first. Like, dude, you're sitting in the driver's seat. Why are you doing damage control? They got to come talk to you to get on your
Probably
good
because
side.
he didn't use his idol.
Well, yes, Rizzo didn't use his idol, but I'm saying is even still, you could go after, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
Jawan, you're literally driving the boat. Like it is you and Sage doing whatever you want. Why do you need to do
Which is
damage control?
crazy.
You're just like, right, but you're just showing weakness of like, oh, we still like kind of need them. And it's like, no, you don't. Numbers are on your side. Like, let them work with you rather than vice. I just like, I thought it was very confusing that Jawan was the one that sought out Rizzo rather than vice versa.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving here
Hmm.
because there's more interesting things to talk about. So, Sagreti freehands that shark in the flag, like amazing.
That was wild.
Just so good. And
Right. And she had to
you're
go into what did she do? Took a art class or a makeup
she
class
took a
in
makeup class, or she thought she took a makeup class, but it ended up being like stage and theater
stage.
makeup,
Yeah.
so it was like all special effects and stuff. That's
Yeah.
cool. I want to know more about that. But you know what? Your
Right?
boy Jeremy Collins on the On Fire podcast maybe 2 weeks ago, they were
Hmm.
having a discussion about like from the player's perspective, because obviously he's played a lot and been very successful. What kind of ins and outs are there around camp that make someone more likely to go early
Hmm.
before there's been a lot of moves and you can talk about, well, they did this and they did this. And he said like small things that they don't realize, like if someone's really good at the flag, like there's kind of an unspoken thing, like you may not get rid of them right away. It's like we need you to finish the flag before it's done so you could build
Yeah.
yourself. At least when he played, he said he was like, I'm not going to vote for that person because I need them to finish what they were doing.
Right. That's funny. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's right. It's like, how do you make yourself useful? And that was like how Sophie S was doing so well on like others, even though she like didn't get any camera time where she's like making the little Bugs Life hats,
Hmm.
or she's clearly like a crafty person in general. So she's just like making all these fun things for them.
Right,
So people just liked her for all the verbal things
right.
that she was doing with them.
Which is about to dramatically change in like
We all
5
know
minutes in this
ways to be
conversation.
successful without words because with words, it's not
Oh
good.
my God. This was a bad week for me watching something without screaming at the TV. Um, so the other thing that happens, because we'll come back to that. Let's put a bookmark in that.
Hmm.
Um, is Alex, Steven, and Christina go on a defensive idol hunt.
I
Before we talk about the results of that, I don't think there's a such thing as a I get their reasoning,
correct.
but you
But I
tell
just
me that when you find an idol, you're not tempted to use it for whatever. All of a sudden, they're like, you know what? There are all these paths I can take. This is not
right.
a defensive idol hunt.
I
That's
just love that it was justification to like, the viewers, as it's like, no, Steven, we actually don't care if you view it as defensive or offensive. Like the only people that care
no,
about it is on the island with you, and you're not telling them. So clearly it doesn't
yeah.
matter offensive or
It might
defensive.
have, yeah, it might have started as defensive, but the second
Right.
you find it,
This right,
all bets
exactly.
are off.
But
People
hey,
so quickly are like, you know what? Maybe I'll use it this way, and they
right,
start changing the plan. There's
they
no
really do.
defensive idol hunt.
It was just
Um,
so funny too because I was like I had a 2/3 chance of getting that idol, so I was like, let's go. As
Bree
soon
said
as
that too.
I
Bree has
leave,
Steven and Alex, and she's like, "This
yep,
is great for me." And then
correct.
Christina found it, and we were both like, "No!"
As a what, like one of like six people I think that has Christina now, I was like, this is fantastic for us.
Yeah. Um, and you know what is I haven't done any research on this fact, but it's all based on vibes.
Hmm.
I can't remember I haven't watched all of them. I've said this before, but I started around I think 44 is the first one I watched.
Yep.
And I've gone back and watched, a good
Right,
amount
right.
of other ones. But
44 was the first
if
live,
I'm
right?
saying 44 onward since I've been like actively watching,
Yep.
I don't remember the last time there was just a straight idol because it's not a beware advantage.
I
It's
was
just a
very
hidden immunity idol. It felt
yeah.
very old school, which I liked.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised that it was just a straight up. I went because I was like, oh shoot, she's gonna be like cracked under pressure, like it's gonna be a beware advantage, and she's gonna fold and tell people about
The
it.
keys would have gotten her. They didn't get
Yeah,
anyone, but she would have
yeah,
been like,
something
I'm
like
afraid
that.
of keys or whatever.
Right, something like that. Or like, who was the was it Alex's had that
Had
massive
the
ass
ball
like
and chain, yeah.
ball
Because
and
she was
chain
with
like
Alex
big
and he would have been like, I'm
skateboard.
not doing that again.
Exactly, exactly. So I was like, God damn it! But then it was just a straight up idol, and I was like, all right, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll
Uh,
take it.
and
The
it also
sacrifices there
means
just got even better.
yes. And this also fits into the discussion we had last week where I was like, does it feel like the beware advantages are getting easier and easier?
Easier here.
Because
And
it
here we
started
are
this season,
doing
we've had
this
four
thing.
so far, which is another talking point. We've
Yep.
had carry the big ball and chain,
Right.
which is not the hardest thing in the world, but
No.
is uncomfortable, I guess. There's
Yeah.
been way harder
Like
beware
the timing
advantages.
of it made it weirder, right? Of like
Yeah.
you didn't really know people. It was literally day two, day three, whatever it was.
Yes.
And you're doing all this.
Yeah.
So that was more the
So
hard
some
part
level
of
of difficulty.
yeah.
Not crazy, but some level. Then Rizzo's just like go into the water and find a
Follow them
pile of
out.
rock.
Right.
And then MC's was just here's some keys. You
Here's
got all
literally
day. And this
right.
one was just, you know what? Here it is.
Yeah. And I think it's more of like I don't know necessarily the actual time frame of how much time they have between an immunity challenge and tribal.
Hmm.
So I guess like that was like where the difficulty of MCs come
That's
from. It's like
true.
here's 100 keys and you don't have that much
Yeah.
time. But still, not the
Sure.
hardest thing that it could have been, right? It's like you're not
Um,
scaling rocks, you're not, diving down a well or like,
right.
this
It's
massive
not Rachel
crater.
having to cut it out of the tarp of their.
The red or like the red paint thing, the way you guys were talking
Yeah.
about that was wild. I was like
It
literally getting
sounds
caught red.
so dumb, and then you watch it and you're like, I don't think I could do that. It's
Impossible to
so
explain.
much paint.
Literally
It's all over her
impossible.
face and her
Yeah,
hands, and it's on the ground.
right.
Anyway,
Impossible to explain to anyone.
so she finds it. There's now been 4 idols found. I can't remember a season. This is the part I definitely didn't research. I can't remember a season lately where there's been that many idols in a single
I
season.
feel like it's everyone's like somehow finding and like I feel like every if they don't have the idol themselves, they're attached or like in an alliance with someone with the idol.
But I like it because this group is already very paranoid. So I like
Yeah.
the idea that now there's more mechanisms for them to get chaotic. Because last season was very like, last season I think they all agreed to not search for idols, which was boring.
Interesting. Yeah.
It was an interesting concept, but ended up being boring because then they weren't like no one was making
No one
moves.
was right,
And they're
exactly.
this group is the opposite as it is, so now they're even more. So I like that. Um, and then we get, well, I guess we can go back to Savannah. So Sage is like, she's targeting me specifically. I, she's
We
not.
know it's the
Get it
rivalry at
together.
this point, right? Is like they don't like each other, they don't see eye to eye.
Yeah,
Say
but
Shannon has been replaced now with Savannah. Like
yeah,
I
it's
think that's
like
really all it is.
I get that Sage has a sensitivity about the chickens, but
Yes.
she's like, she named them. That was a shot at me. No, it wasn't. She's hungry.
Yeah.
Get
I
over
mean, yeah,
yourself.
the first I will say that I don't like that she takes everything as a shot towards her, but at the same time is like, no, Savannah definitely wants like to get under skin with the people she
Yes,
doesn't like.
but I think that was reading too far into it.
Yeah. Oh
It
no,
makes for great TV, but
yeah,
because I have Savannah on my team, I'm like, no, get over yourself. Tired of
that's
hearing it. Um, and then Savannah gives her really sad backstory.
okay. I don't want to like dismiss her in any way, but what was the reasoning for even mentioning it to Steven? I just thought that that was so out of place. Like again, whatever happened before the cameras were rolling and catching this
Hmm.
whole segment, I just thought it was so out of place to just drop all of that onto Steven. Like, dude, they literally never interacted, and all of a sudden she's like, "Here's this entire life story of how my
Hmm.
job is terrible."
So I have thoughts on this, and I feel like there's two schools of thought. People are either like exactly what you said, like that's kind of wild to just drop on, and I, and again, maybe I'm biased because I'm Team
Hmm.
Savannah till I die. Until if she's on next season and I don't have her on my team, then I'm not on Team Savannah. But for now, I am.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I'm trying to be empathetic and not assume that she was like, I think that was real. I think she was experiencing a moment, and whether you think she's justified in feeling the sad is totally fair to question. But this is the first time she's really been on the bottom of the game,
Yeah, absolutely.
and they're
Full
more
defense.
tired now than they have been all season. They're less nourished now than they have been all season. Now, has she won a fair amount? Sure.
Yeah,
You
right. But
know,
not to the extent
that
of some
yeah,
people.
but
Right.
I feel like, and people I think overlook this a lot, how those factors can affect you and your decision making on the
Yeah.
island. But two, like um I think it just I think the like Survivor around this point in the game from now for the next couple episodes until they start to feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel and they're gonna make it to the end. Like this is where more people
Get
like
broken.
break and
Yeah.
crack and have just like mentally and emotionally get pushed. And I think this was
That's
just
fair.
her week to be the person that gets emotionally pushed. And I feel like being on the bottom caused her, without
Yes.
realizing it, to have that come up. And then she was just kind of like that emotion and that grief was like in the driver's seat. And she wasn't really able, like, if it hadn't been Steven, whoever she was standing with, she probably would have talked to.
That's
I
true. It
think.
might have just been a
I
situation.
think that's my interpretation. That could
That's
be
fair.
wrong, but I think that's
No,
what
that's
happened.
I was really over the whole oh I'm really grateful, I'm really appreciative, and then she was like I'm the one that's being made to painted out to be the villain, I'm this, I'm that. Like Savannah, if
Sure.
it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, and that is you, my friend. You have made it clear that you didn't actively want to work with people when you were back on OG Uli. You made it abundantly clear you didn't want to work with people when you got to the new tribes. So like unfortunately, you've painted yourself out to be a I know what I want, I'm doing what I'm gonna do, and not open to much more. So it's like you're the villain because
Mm,
you just she's been very intense and very strong from the jump, and that's what's painted her to be a villain.
mm. I'll say this because I'll kind of agree with you. I don't think she's mean. I don't think she's a bully. I think she's just playing an old school game. But, and this is the part where I'll give you at least some of it and agree with you. If you are going to play an old school game, you need to own that you're like, I recognize that
Right,
one of the flaws of
exactly.
how people used to play is
Right, you
like it's
can't go
great
back.
because it shakes things up. This is going to come with that. So
Exactly.
you can't have it both ways. I feel like there's a middle ground between how
Yeah,
she was expressing and like how much she is. I think she has to eat some of that, but
yeah, no,
I
I
get it.
that's where I get frustrated is she's too wishy-washy. Is like, do you want to be the hardcore season or do you want to be the liked one? Because you can't be both.
You can't be both. That's fair.
Yep.
And now to completely change tones, it's time
Ooh, yes.
for the immunity challenge.
Ah, I just, wow. I have so many thoughts of why this was stupid.
All right, so let me describe the twist and let me
Yes.
describe the challenge description because I not so much the challenge I could give or take. I love the
Yeah.
twist.
Oh, see, I'm in the opposite.
I thought you might. And so let me
Yeah,
describe it. Let me go through this whole section. I'll describe it and say how it goes, and then I'll just give you the floor.
perfect.
Because there's not that much to this one.
No.
The most like logistics to talk about is the twist. So they're going to be divided into two groups of five. One group will get immunity, so whoever lasts the longest wins immunity for their group. One will be sent to tribal. The group that wins doesn't get to go, so they're not going to vote. The winning group will also get sandwiches, which someone online pointed out. What a reward. It's you had to make them yourself. They weren't even put they were just like,
Yeah,
here it
this
is.
is
Get to
I am
work.
a chef. What the hell?
It's like you have food, but this is like we'll give you what you want, but you got to make it. And then the overall winner, the person that wins the advantage for or wins immunity for their team, will get yet another ill-defined advantage, which I'm going to see if we can, even though again everyone's listening this far has probably watched it. Let's challenge ourselves. Let's see if we can withhold what the advantage is
Hmm,
until we get to that part of the episode, because at
mhm.
this point in the challenge, no one knows what it is,
Correct.
which I feel like could have altered greatly how people attempted it.
People approached it. Absolutely.
Right. So
Absolutely.
there's some sort of advantage we don't know. The challenge itself is you're just in between these two boards or beams, however you want to call them, and you're on footholds, and every 5 minutes you get a drop to the next foothold, and it gets like half. It's already starting not very wide. It gets
I was
smaller
gonna
and
say those
smaller.
were narrow to begin
Classic,
with.
extremely painful situation. Unlike last week, the transitions are live, so last week they were able to step off and regain balance. This week, if you fall during the transition, too bad. And the
Right.
teams are going to be Rizzo, MC, Sage, Juwan, and Sagreti. That's one group. And Savannah, Alex, Valerity, Steven, Christina are the other group. And that's pretty much the description of the challenge. So how it goes is that everyone gets through the end of the first 10 minutes. And in the transition to the next phase, Alex drops,
Well,
which
let's Christina drop first to no one's
did she?
surprise. Yes.
I see. I didn't
To
take great notes. Yeah.
literally
So
no one's
Christina drops.
surprise. I mean, we all called it when we knew that what the challenge
Yeah.
was going to be. I literally sat there and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to score high points this week."
I think so. I think last week Kyla was like, "Well, Christina can't sit out anymore," and this is a great
Correct.
example of
Unfortunately,
how
right.
that's gonna
Is
hurt
it?
her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is basically a 5-on-4 challenge. So Christina drops, Alex drops in the transition, Juwan almost drops in the transition, and it's you also only have like 15 seconds. And he
Correct.
not
Right.
only saves himself from dropping, but he gets back into position like with
Oh,
2 seconds to
yeah.
spare. And that's going to be our challenge gif of the week because that was it happens quick, but
It's
it's
like honestly impressive
hard to
watching
do.
his physical challenges because he is like, hey, he has a very good mentality going into it. Just like very, especially in team
Mm.
challenges, I feel like he's like surprisingly helpful in those
There was
because
that
he's
one week where he like willed their cage back into. I mean, they still lost,
yeah.
but it was
And then
close.
last week with the boulder, like he's just been very good in those.
Yeah. That's a
Very
good
good in those
point.
settings. So I'll give Juwan some credit there.
Yeah. So that was our challenge
Yeah.
gift of the week.
No.
Uh, Rizzo and then MC and then Steven. I meant to say then. It says the Steven. The Steven drops. Um, Juwan. So there's only a couple left. Juwan looks extremely uncomfortable. Looks like he's gonna poop himself.
Yeah.
I'm going to
No,
make
he
sure
was
we get
not.
that note in there
Uh,
to sage his
mm.
pleasure. Um, and it ends up, I
Great.
forget the order after that. There's a sequence where like Hilarity is like just saying Hail Marys, and the editing team really picked up on that, and they did like this
Yeah.
awkward TikTok hype
So
video
great. It was
montage
very good
to,
that form. Yes.
yeah, well, it didn't help her
And
because she's gone, and it comes down to just Sagreti and Savannah. Which was great for Probst Malone. I had people either way. I was getting something here. Um,
exactly.
and Savannah wins. So Sophie looked like in extreme pain, but she was tough. She has really impressed me in the challenges, which we'll talk more about, I'm sure. Um, oh, did you freeze? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Were you just
Sorry.
very still?
No, yeah, no, it just cut you out for like 5 seconds.
Okay. So I was just saying that I was really impressed with Segretti in the challenges, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Ends
Oh,
up biting her in the
she's
ass. She
correct.
is awesome.
Yeah. No, like it's so funny because now I kind of get why they hit her. Like production hit her and didn't really give her as much of a like camera time, face
Hmm.
time for the first couple weeks because like they then saw how well she played out in after the merge and like,
Right.
yep, it makes sense.
Mm. All right, so that's all I had to say about the immunity challenge. Mikey, I'm gonna give you the floor.
Wow, I well appreciate it because I don't know why we're post merge and back to back weeks has been team challenges. Where is the individuality in this? I want to know who's the best of the best, not who's going to get carried again by someone else. So I am very frustrated as a first time viewer that we are in the individual game and it is yet to be individualized. I thought that that was really annoying that
Mm,
they popped out twice on that.
okay.
Um, and so that part was really stupid. And then also, it just seems like it was a saving grace for Rizzo and or Savannah, if, or honestly, even Sophie, of the fact that only the bottom five went to tribal and not all 10. So that the numbers game got absolutely thrown yet again for voting purposes. So I just thought that it was like, again, we're at the merge. Why are we not having everyone compete or vote? Because they're like, what's the point in it? It's you might as well have just kept them in tribes for 2 more weeks if we're only having 5 people vote or 5 people up for elimination every single week. You know, like last week, I get it, everyone voted.
Okay.
It's different,
That
but
might have
I just
swayed
think
me a
it's
little bit.
yeah, like I just don't see the purpose of it. Is you might as well have just kept them in tribes if only 5 people are going to tribal.
Let
Well,
me ask you a
normally.
question. Because I earlier I said I liked it a lot. I like it. I
Hmm.
don't know that I like it a lot anymore. Would you feel differently about this twist if they did it like 2 weeks from now and there had been more time in between?
Yes, I think that it shouldn't have been right. Is 2 days after the merge, the fact that it's right back into teams, or
Okay.
the fact that it's back-to-back weeks of team challenges post-merge, even though it's post-merge. You know what I mean? Like if
Hmm.
we did 3 weeks of individual and then we go back into a team contest when it's like 4v4, I'm different. I mean,
Okay.
like, I mean, it changes the whole dynamic. All you could form a new alliance out of it, like just based off of how you competed with
Sure.
someone. But having it be so soon after, I just don't understand,
I can
how it
get behind
changes.
that.
Like it doesn't change the game at all.
Yeah.
It's just they're going to compete in a similar way. I will like the actual physical challenge itself by far was the hardest one that they've done.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's like that's insane. Would they say they went for 23 minutes or something
It was close
up
to
there?
30, yeah.
Yeah, it was what Savannah and blue or
Segretti.
not blue, yellow Sophie, yeah, were doing. So yeah, is it's physically was insane. But I just like I really hated the fact that we're back to back team challenges and
Sure.
that it put up to tribal not even the full cast left.
Fair. Because I think the part I liked more was what ends up happening with the advantage, which
Yes,
has more weight because they're split up. I liked it
right.
because
Yeah.
I haven't seen them do something like that. That doesn't mean they haven't, but I certainly haven't seen them do it at least in a long time. It felt
Mhm.
fresh. That part of it, it didn't
Yeah.
feel like they were just repeating the same. episode over and over. I like that it caused a lot of drama in the Scrambo, which we'll talk about, but I do see your
Hmm.
point that maybe we needed more time between
Yeah.
group things.
Just to give the viewer something different, you know?
Sure. So I can see both sides of it. That's a good point.
And I would also think it would have made Scramble even more interesting because you remember last week's episode was like that 30-minute stretch of them being like, oh, we're gonna vote Nate, we're gonna vote Savannah, we're gonna vote Rizzo. Like
Hmm.
7 different names got thrown out on the beach in literally the span of 10 minutes of the episode. And I
Hmm.
wanted to see that again to see where people's thoughts were. Because
Hmm.
I personally think last week there was a mistake in voting and they voted very soft and easy yet again.
Yes.
And said, "Oh, it's a bloodbath. We're gonna, make some changes into this game," and they literally voted out yet another person who no one really like, wasn't.
Hmm.
Everyone was indifferent to. No one was like felt so threatened by him. But I just thought, yeah, is again, I was really looking for a all-out 10 people being like, "No, vote this person. No, vote that person," and just everyone being super dramatic. But you
Sure.
took out half the people, so it just kind of,
Right.
ruined that vibe. Almost half the
So
people.
almost half. So let's talk about the Scrambo then, and then we're gonna have to get out in a couple minutes and get back in.
Yes.
But we'll get at least partway through this. So uh the group that wins Savannah's group goes back to the normal camp and they assemble their own sandwiches. Great. I mean, it's hard to say at that point that it's not a great reward because you're getting a lot of food. But I
Yeah,
just I
it
just
was
love that they're
probably
like,
250
listen, we'll
sandwiches,
give you a
iced
little
tea.
bit, but you're making it yourself.
It was literally like, we're
Dirty
giving
ass
you drinks,
hands. Yeah.
right? Yes, with your dirty. We
Touch all
need to
this
talk
lunch meat.
about
Yeah. Nope. He's frozen.
Rizzo. Thank God he wasn't maybe foul work
Oh, I can't wait to hear what he meant by all
at
of
this
that.
point in the
You
episode.
keep you keep cutting in and out. I only got like he- uh, what were you saying?
So I was saying that it was a good thing Rizzo wasn't the one making sandwiches because his nails, I don't know if anyone was paying
Oh,
attention
yeah.
to that. They're gross right now, like
Yeah.
complete black under his
And
nails.
that may be like that in real life. That might not be from the game.
Who knows? I hope not.
Yeah, so that group goes and nothing interesting happens with them, to be honest, until we get to the twist, which we'll do in a minute or two. But the other group, so it's MC, Sagreti, Juwan, Sage, and Rizzo, go to the old red camp, and they're like, well, Rizzo's probably going to be the one to go. It seems like the obvious play. Even though he has an idol, they don't seem as worried about it as I feel like they should have been. And then Rizzo's just like, "No, I'm probably not going to play it."
Hmm.
Um,
They almost
but to Rizzo's credit, he probably didn't need to, even before what happens next happens, because
right.
Segretti opens her goddamn mouth and is like, "Hey, MC, I'm probably throwing a vote." I mean, she was brave in that. So she says to Juwan and Sage, "Offer me up as the alternative," which is brave. You should never, if
Brave?
I know one
No.
thing, never offer yourself as a smokescreen. That's a
No.
horrible idea. But it's so
It was
brave.
it made the most sense to pull off the blind side, but bold to
Right.
get yourself up.
Brave on a group of only five people.
Yeah,
So she then goes to MC and is like, listen, in case this doesn't work, I need a backup plan. That's a smart statement and true. And her
she's
plan
right.
itself
Think about it.
was a
Yes.
good plan. It was
Right.
still brave and stupid because her plan is I'm going to throw a vote on Jawan. So that way, just in case it's not
One and
definitely
one.
me, I at least can give myself a chance to
A
go to
chick.
a revo and then to Rocks, which is still brave and still stupid, but
Yep.
at least she has a backup plan. Now, where she goes
Right.
wrong is she tells someone.
Like literally the worst thing she could do.
And then MC is like, "Well, I understand that." And the whole time I was screaming, I was like, "The MC play is right there." People this whole time have been subtly going, "I don't like that she played that idol last week and didn't tell
Yep.
us. She doesn't trust us." I was like, "The MC plan is right there.
Literally was
Do
right
that.
there.
It's right there.
Like
What are you
this
doing?"
challenge is right. Is
I was
she
screaming.
Rizzo? I think Rizzo said it later on into the scramble of, she had cat. Would he describe it as the web that she has cast out is like the largest one.
Yeah.
He's right. because like she had the most connections everywhere. So like yeah, is no MC was definitely the biggest threat.
In
I
fact,
wrote down literally as Scramble was happening, I said MC might be really one of the worst players socially, and then literally right after I said, just kidding, it's Sophie.
yeah, I was
Because
like, we have a clip.
as well.
I have a clip. I have a clip, and then we'll get out and then get back in a second. I have a clip of me on the couch screaming at the TV, being like, "Probst Malone, my play, like, get your shit together." I'll
Literally,
cut to that
please,
now.
left here.
One. Frank's accident definitely set us back, but if we pass athletics, we're in. So
Come on, all right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure! We've come too far! There's too much to lose! We've got to just keep our composure!
Sagreti is not doing well. It's at the point now where Rizzo's like, even without what happens next, Rizzo is like, I wasn't gonna play my idol. I probably don't need to, like legit now, even with just these five people. And that is when we cut back to the other beach. And so Savannah goes to figure out what her advantage is, and there's
Yep.
an immunity necklace, which I didn't even realize they didn't give out, but I guess why would you?
Yeah.
Because it's a group.
Right.
And it's like, hey, get your stuff. You're going to the other island. You're going to go to tribal, and you can vote or save it if you want, but you can at least go and influence people.
Yep.
So she takes off. She gets on a boat, and then they like drive her past the other group that she was eating sandwiches with. So here's the obligatory, because their reaction is just like, is that a boat? What's a boat doing here? And so let's cut to boat.
Calm! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay wait! Everybody calm down! No!
Not a reward or a journey to follow that. I just, whenever I can use that cut in, I like to. So the boat takes off, and then it pulls up to the other beach, and Savannah's up there like the Queen, R.I.P. of England, just like just waving,
Here we go.
and she's like,
Elizabeth.
"Here's a hot Grim Reaper coming to get you," and it's which is the title of the episode. It has no bearing on what happens in the episode, but
No.
she shows up, and it's like when she steps on the beach, her and Rizzo regain their power, and they're like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, we're somehow falling upwards continuously."
Yes.
So Savannah can't be voted for. Rizzo now quickly realizes I really don't have to play my idol
Yep.
and we might walk out of this not only with the idol intact, but with an extra vote still.
Correct. So now you're literally sitting on an idol and 3 votes.
And this is where, finally, to my benefit, not to the benefit of many other people, the MC
No.
plan gets pitched.
Yeah.
Because Rizzo, you gotta give Rizzo credit. He knows, he's like, I'm in the middle of like a two-way. We can kind of make this a three-way battle, and they're kind of going harder at each other. So I can kind of like push them
Pit 'em
towards
in.
that, and then slowly back
Exactly.
away. And all of a sudden, we've all forgotten that Rizzo's name was ever brought up, which is
Like
exactly what happens.
so savvy, so
Yeah.
savvy, and I think it's the unassuming like just the demeanor that he has, or the like everyone just kind of views him as like the stupid, younger sibling. So it's
Mhm.
just like, yep, okay, sure, whatever. And he somehow just played them all like a fiddle.
I've called him a Muppet many, many times, and I
Mm.
stand by that assessment. But you're
I
right, it's
think it's a
exactly
fair assessment.
that you don't see. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't a huge
literally.
move.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
it was.
diabolical, but it was
Nope.
smart. And I don't even know if maybe I'm making it up. I don't know if he said that's what he was going to do, but that's what he, in essence, at least did do.
Correct. No, and it's so
props to him.
because Savannah comes over. Oh, this is going to be so funny. I'm going to cause pure chaos. Mind you, the only clip that they showed was her speaking to Rizzo and the entire group. She did nothing of causing chaos, in my personal opinion, like other than literally talking to the person that everyone knows is her number one, which
Well,
like
she caused chaos in that she showed up,
just showing up, right, caused a little
and
bit,
then
but like
everyone's
I feel
like,
she could have done more
it's
if
the
she
defensive
wanted
idol
to, like,
conversation. It's just because of the
yeah.
introduction of a new element, all of a sudden it's like, wait, should we open more doors? Um, so
Yeah.
that's all she
But I
has
think
because
she I think she could have caused more if she wanted to.
yeah, I
I
think
thought she was very, very calm and like very not instigating,
yes.
where like she could have like thrown a, hey, let's get Sage out because I don't like that girl. Hey, let's finally get Jawan out because I really don't
Hmm.
like her. You know,
Here's a
or
thought
really
I
I
have
don't
not.
like him.
Here's a thought I just had that I didn't write down and I haven't vetted. So you might be like, "This is nothing," which
Mm.
is fair. If she did that, do you think the target could swing back to Rizzo? Because it'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired of Savannah trying to show up and run this game. We can't get her. Let's go back to her ally."
That, yeah.
I could be wrong. I just thought of that. I
No,
could be
that's
wrong.
true. That is true. No, because again, like I said before, is that the harder you play the game, the more people are like, oh, I want them gone. Like they're playing the game too hard. And it's like
Hmm.
it's literally the point of why we're here, right? Like what we're
Right.
doing. So that's true, is it could have swung if she tried to go in there to be like, oh, she's just protecting Rizzo, then we're just gonna get rid of Rizzo.
Yeah. Fair. All right. Should we go
That
to
is true.
tribal?
Absolutely the best part of the episode.
All right. Let's go to tribal. I agree it's the best part of the episode. I would say the first half of Tribal, I couldn't tell you what happened. It was boring.
Yeah, well, I honestly, I'm gonna give Jeff Pro some shit here. He was an instigator himself. He's over here like, what do you mean, Rizzo? You're gonna sit on an idol? You have it in your pocket. You said you were gonna play last week. You didn't. What if they're blindsiding you to not play your idol? And I was like, Jeff, shut up. You're not a player.
Yeah, but well, here's the thing, and I've noticed this over the years. I feel like he probes. No, there's it feels like there should be a pun there, but I can't find it.
Right.
He probes a little bit more when he feels like people aren't giving him anything.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is what we just said is this is boring. No one's saying anything.
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
he might have
Exactly.
been
No.
like, we can't keep
Yeah.
doing these boring tribals.
No, and I think if he doesn't say anything, then the last, half of Tribal doesn't happen, where it got all interesting. So it's fair.
Yes.
I just find it
So
funny that he was more instigating than literally anyone in the game so far.
yeah, uh, until so he says that, and then Juwan almost blows it. He's kind of like, I don't know that we're voting for Rizzo. He doesn't straight up say
Right?
that, but he
No, but
kind of starts to.
it could be the easy one, but we don't know.
Yeah, but also that is I the more we watch him, that's kind of how he talks. He just kind of is
Yes,
like he always says things like that, and he's always just like, I don't know, we got to explore all the options, but it's
correct.
just kind of
He
like,
is consistent. He is
and then
consistent.
Sagreti, jeez, Reds.
She decides it's
I'm gonna
time to
have to
open up again.
I'm gonna have to edit so hard. I'm on a time crunch tomorrow morning to edit. This is not gonna be easy. We have so many bleeps in this. So we might as well keep going. So fucking Sagreti can't just is like, hey, I didn't dig a deep enough hole earlier.
Right. I
So
think the shovel is still
let me
good.
get
Keep
let me
going.
get another shovel. I don't even remember what she said because I think my mouth was open. I literally so I was wearing this like a child wearing a sports jersey. I was wearing
Right.
this when we were watching as I do. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, this is such a nerd thing to do. Well, I effed it up. Sometimes I like they wear it in weird positions I've noticed, and I'll like
Yeah.
since I have this, I'll put it on and I'll be like, because in the morning they're always like they're like this, and I'm like, that looks
Yeah. Some,
uncomfortable. It's kind of like being hugged. I like it. So
right. I was
I
gonna
was
say,
rocking like this. This is important because I was rocking like this, and Segretti starts speaking, and Bree looks
yeah,
over, and all of a sudden it's just like this because I
keep
cannot
going.
physically watch my team fall
Blow themselves
apart
up.
anymore.
Right.
What are you doing?
Just right.
And
She
we
really.
live in a world where MC is now pitching Segretti as a challenge threat. Not Segretti pitching MC as a challenge threat, which would have been true 3 weeks ago.
Right.
We live in a world where correctly Segretti is apparently the challenge threat now.
Yep.
Um, and then we get a live tribal,
Literally.
which doesn't happen often. Uh, is this mess? Oh wait, no, my audio's coming through the microphone. I didn't realize. I didn't know if this was messing with my earplugs.
You're good.
So we get a live tribal, and to Segreti's credit, one of the only great things she says in this whole time is she makes this analogy because everyone's talking to everyone besides her, and Jeff is
Right.
kind of
Right.
left awkwardly
Walk
with her.
I gotta
because
talk to
Jeff's
you,
like,
right?
I'm here to talk to you, and no one's talking to me either. And he's like, so how does that make you feel that they all have left you out? And she's like, it's kind of like when you're at school and everyone's talking to each other, and no one's come to pick me up yet, and I'm just waiting. And in that moment, Juwan kind of is like, hey, come over here, and she's like, oh,
And
and
she's
there's
like,
my
here
mom
comes.
now.
Yep.
It was pretty good. I liked that a lot.
I I really liked that Jawan. I mean, it was MC that start initiated the hey, I got
MC's
like chat.
So yeah, MC's like, hey, I got one more ask of you, which I'm just gonna cut to it right now. We still don't know what it was. She gave her exit interview the other day. We have
And
no
it
idea
was
what her ask was. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what she could have possibly been pitching.
right. So no, I was very confused because then Jawan like looks like he's very like listening intently and is gonna hear her out, and then just fully goes and chat because then MC goes over and chats with Sage.
But then, yeah, everyone starts talking to everyone.
Goes to Rizzo, and then after that, Jawan's like, okay, now I'm gonna talk to Sophie. So
Yeah,
I'm like, I just think Jawan had it in his mind. He was like, after he heard MC have one last play of the game, he was like, fuck it, she's gone. Sorry, another.
no, it's fine. I've
He was
done
just
it.
kind of like, I'm done with this girl. Like, she is just like kind of paranoid about it and had a stupid play last week. So we're just kind of over it.
Yeah. Um, it so after the live tribal, there's like another, they get like one final rebuttal. And I'll say this, Sagreti is the first person I've ever seen trying because now everyone's like, well, you're a challenge threat.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play up my threat level to be like,
Yep.
well, I'm the obvious choice for everyone else, so you should
Right.
keep me around as a shield. I've never seen anyone try and play up their threat level at
Crazy.
tribal, and
And
it works. It works,
completely
which
cut
is
ties. She's like,
crazy.
I'm going to work with all of you if you keep me around. Like, I'm going to
Now,
be a
we'll
shield for
see.
you.
It might not be a
Crazy.
good long-term strategy,
Right.
but she's right and it works. In that moment, she can only
It
think
helped
about
her.
the one
Yep.
tribal. She can't think eight tribals ahead.
Right.
And it works. It was a crazy play and it worked.
Yep.
MC gets voted out 4-1. Rizzo maintains his idol, and Savannah still has
And
an extra
that's the
vote.
vote.
And don't forget, Christina found an idol this episode, but even in this conversation, it feels like 8 years ago.
Correct. It really, I mean, hey, it was literally the first 10 minutes of the episode was the only entertaining thing that
And then
happened. So
it's not relevant again.
it won't be, hopefully not for a long time, but I
So
will be appreciative of the points when she finally plays the idol. So go,
here's
Christina.
here's what I'll say. So do you have anything else to say about Tribal before I have a little bit to speculate about the future, and then we'll get
Ooh,
into league stuff?
I really liked the quote, or I should say, I didn't like the quote from Juwan saying, "We really got to worry about voting out dangerous players." The last two times you had the chance to vote out dangerous players, Juwan, you screwed the pooch. You literally didn't take the chance to like vote out the true dangerous players. So I don't really trust ever his decision making. And then he completely proved me
You
wrong
would have
and got
hated last
me out.
season.
So I was like, all right,
You
never
would have.
mind.
I don't think you would have watched this season if you watched last season, because there were literally people sitting around like, "It's we gotta make a move," and then they would do nothing,
Yeah, I heard
literally
that it was
nothing.
like syntax, like everyone could pick each
I
week
would
who
that
was.
would we should if we ever do a retrospective season, like if we have like a time in between actual seasons of the show, we should make you watch 48, and we won't even do a review podcast. We'll just have weekly installments of Mikey crashing out.
Right, of how boring and bland these
You'd be
people
like,
are.
"What are you doing?" You'd like you'd be one of those guys like throwing your TV through a wall. You would hate it.
That's never a
All
good.
right. So I have a speculation, actually building
Mm,
off of not speculation, but because before I have a potential path forward for how I could see it. Because I think Savannah and Rizzo can go far, especially now with the advantages they have. Plus, their one other ally, Sophie B. She has the knowledge is power. She could steal Rizzo's idol, but then it's kind of still on the same group of people.
it's funny that you say ally though.
Yes. Oh, sorry. We
In the
never talked about this.
first 5 minutes of the episode, she really said, "I might have to cut them out," and I was like, "Shocker."
Yeah, but I
He
feel
wants to
like,
play with other
yeah.
people.
I feel like
She,
she'll end up staying with them at least for another 2 weeks because they're going to come back from tribal and she's going to realize the numbers are swinging both
yeah,
ways.
well, no, her and Alex are still going to position themselves in the middle, no matter how, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
whoever, they'll be
Well,
strategic about it,
well,
but
that's what I think
she
is
still
this.
has a lot of power.
The sides are a little bit more even now,
Yep.
and I think Savannah's going to tell Sophie B about the extra vote. I think.
Yeah, it'll be
Which would cause
curious.
Sophie B to be like, maybe I should stay over here. If
So
Alex tells her about Christina's idol, now
I
that
was
group
just
has two idols and an extra vote.
And that's what I was just gonna say is maybe instead of Savannah telling her she has the extra vote, is that so or Alex is gonna tell Sophie, "Hey, I know Christina has an idol," and then Sophie's gonna be like, "Well, we can steal it whenever," so they'll stay more in cahoots and then
Hmm.
keep themselves even more locked in the middle, and they're gonna be the two that go farthest because they'll be the most centered.
I agree. I agree.
Yep,
Sorry.
it'll
I'm
be
looking at
very
myself in the camera. I can't keep wearing this like this.
interesting.
All right. Um, so let's talk about scoring plays.
Yeah,
All right, not as much point scoring this week because we already gave out merge and jury points, so no one gets those again. Uh, Majority voting goes to Rizzo, Juwan, Sage, and Sagreti for getting out MC. Um, Savannah, this is interesting. So I classified it in the spreadsheet as finding a non-idle advantage. Technically, she
yeah,
didn't find it,
but
um,
won it. So,
but honestly, looking at the point values for however you want to classify what she got, how she got it, it's all the same. So I just marked
okay.
one of the boxes, but she gets the 3 points for getting the extra vote advantage.
It makes
Um,
sense. I mean, right.
yeah, it's however you want to classify it is fine, but it's worth the same amount of points. So I didn't really think it mattered where I marked it. Um, the reward we classified as a tribe reward this week.
Yep.
One,
Because
because you
again,
had to make your own food, but realistically,
right.
because you got it as a group. Um,
Exactly. Because you were carried by one
yeah.
person.
So Savannah,
My
Stephen, Belardi, Christina, and Alex got the tribe reward, and similarly, they got the tribe immunity. Um,
Yep. Because again, even though we're in the merge, we're playing in teams.
right. There was some debate in our house over how to give out the immunity points because you got immunity, but you didn't have to go to tribal. And where we kind of
Right.
landed was the
Yep.
immunity is the not having to be risk voted out, and the
At
advantage
all.
is
Let alone
that
person.
Savannah gets the opportunity to vote. Because we were like, does
Right.
Savannah just specifically get immunity because the other people didn't go, but they
Right.
didn't have to go? So it was like, so this is
Exactly.
that's where we landed. If you disagree, that's fine,
Right.
but keep not you specifically, Mikey, but you, the three people that
You,
listen to this.
royal you. Yeah.
Yeah, the royal you deal with it on your own. I don't care. Don't text me about it. Lose my number. And Christina gets points for finding an idol. Not a beware advantage, but finding an idol.
Finding that straight up.
All right, let's do the season standings. I don't know if I'll show this. You know what? I will show this chart. Let's take off the full league thing. The
Mm.
people who I've classified in yellow or I got nothing else for you. It's a long list. I'll put that chart up now. You have two people left on your tribe. Only two. If you were green, we're not even going to talk about you. It's me. No big deal.
Which
And
is
green,
great.
big deal.
All I was gonna say,
You have all
all
three
three
people.
people on this call right now.
Oh yeah, you too. So
Uh-huh.
if you're yellow, I got nothing else for you. You got two people. I've charted on this. If I think, in my personal opinion, you're at risk for
Mm.
the player, which I was kind of looking at of the two people you have left.
Leave the red chart for my section because I already have that called out.
Okay. Thanks for getting ahead of that. So the got nothing else for you. If you have one or two people of your remaining two people that seem to be on the bottom or at risk, um, I said you're at risk for going to one person. Um,
Right.
Oddly enough, I personally feel like, and we talked about this in the main part, like if you have Savannah, Rizzo, Belardi, like they have advantages. They seem to be
Right.
falling back
So
more.
be
So
protected.
I wouldn't honestly say you're at risk. If you have Sagreti, or if you have, I don't know, Steven, who was
Even
on the rocks in the last vote, like I would consider you to be at risk. That's my
the
personal
law.
opinion. There's no science behind that. And the people who are red, I will leave the description of them to Bree later, but I had planned to refer to them as the disaster tribes of the league, because I really wanted to go back to the disaster tribe title card. So if you're in red, we'll talk about you in a second, but let's officially designate you as the disaster tribe. All right. Weekly award time. Or you know what? Do you want to do your superlatives first?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like those are very correlated, so you already showed them, so
All right. So let's switch it up.
I think we can. I don't know if we need to have the numbers in bottom of the track because it's kind of
No, well, we do it every time. Who's the producer here? I'll let you go first, and then I'm gonna absolutely do that when you leave, so you can't sabotage me. So hold on, we got to get a clean clip. Here's Bree's superlatives.
Hey.
All right, go.
All right. Well, you might have to flash up some of these numbers after you hear Bree's superlatives, but
All right.
my first superlative, which you also, I guess, had the same idea, which you called disaster tribes, but I called it the one and done award of the week, is Scott, my dad, Megan, and Faith, who all have one person left and are at serious risk for exiting the league before the season ends.
Which has never happened before somehow. Everyone last season had someone in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So if you leave before the last episode, you're setting the record for the worst anyone's done.
Yeah, so if Alex or Sage leave the game, any of those people are severely impacted.
Severely.
And then my second award, which I don't think you're gonna like,
Oh no,
is the instant replay award.
F.
Because I have to call a challenge on the field. I happened to look at the scores, and you accidentally awarded Sagreti both voting with the majority and getting a tribal advantage / immunity reward, but she didn't get it. Steven did. You just put the X on the wrong one.
Wait, hold on, say that again.
Sagreti?
Yep.
You accidentally marked her for winning the challenge this week and getting the award and the immunity, but she didn't get that because she was a tribal.
Did I mark polarity correct?
Yeah, yes, but you didn't mark Steven, and I have Steven, so I didn't.
You know what? It's good.
Right.
Yes.
They're like right next to each other, I believe. So like you just like your cell was off.
All right, that's too much editing in the podcast to do live.
No, but you can just flash it up after.
I know, but that means that everything I just read is wrong.
Well, but just
So here's what we'll say.
spice.
Here's what we'll say is I'll fix it after we're done recording, and you'll just have to go to the Google Sheet to see how that works. Does that mean we
flash up the new standings at the end?
I know, but it also means the weekly awards are wrong.
Well, that's why I said maybe just hold off not reading those.
All right, this week there are no weekly awards. There can't be because I did that wrong. So all the numbers, I had a whole thing. Megan, I thought dove off a cliff. It looked like Megan.
I don't know if that changes much for Megan.
No, it doesn't.
No, but still, I have to. If it's gonna potentially it might change things for Greg. It might change. Yeah. So I have to. God damn it! All right. Well, then we're gonna skip a whole section. Thanks. Well, thank you for telling me.
I just noticed it.
No, I need to know. I just wish we didn't have that on camera. So great. So I guess we're in free fall now. Mikey's almost out of time, so let's do the last bit. Let's do a round. We can't do really weekly awards. Let's do a round of it's not you, it's me.
It was a great experience, you guys. So, no stress. No stress at all. I love you guys.
I'm going to give you a handshake because I want the hug to be genuine, and I don't think I can give that to you right now. But okay. I look forward to hugging you in the future,
I love you
okay?
too. I love you.
Take care.
I'll see you soon, okay? Thank you, guys.
Sorry, wait, no.
It's not me, it's you.
Thank you.
It is. It is.
Unfortunately, it is you right now.
It's not you. It's not me. I almost did it again. It's not me, it's you. I'll go first.
Yes.
It's not me, it's you. Me.
This
is in shambles, but it's unfortunately too good content to take out. It's just at my
halfway point, we're just right. We're like how you said, this is where a lot of the people on like the cast of the show breaks. This is
in solidarity with Savannah. I am breaking down.
This is the breaking point.
All right. Mikey, do you have a it's not me, it's you?
I have a couple. My one, it's not me, it's you, is the callback to Kyla. My it's not me, it's you is I only threw in the foul takes because it was the play on words for our bird friends. Not that I'm the connoisseur of birds, but I at least will share much hotter tea or gossip on true opinions on some of these people playing the show, aka MC being a terrible social player and Sagreti being the worst social player. But we also need to go back to it was very convenient. It's not me. No, another one, excuse me, is it's not me. It's all of you that were on the podcast episode last week. Very convenient that everyone had Savannah on last week's podcast. So it just seemed very Savannah apologist. When we all know she should have gone last week. It's also not me, it's Jawan. Jawan's really the problem here. He always seems to be the reason that the vote is not actually at someone that is really dangerous.
Okay, I'll take it.
Bree, do you have any it's not me, it's you's?
Yeah, it's not me, it's you this week for me goes to Five Below. Because I was the one who said in the car that Five Below was just a glorified dollar store.
It is, absolutely is. But did you?
But no, I do like it more than the dollar store. But I just half-heartedly said that when we drove by because I was like, oh, they put a Five Below and it's just like a dollar store, and Megan was like, oh, Mikey's not gonna like that.
Oh, well, here I am of all of my Christmas wrapping paper is from Five Below. Love and that. It's way cheaper and just as good a quality.
True.
For wrapping paper, but no, I told Pat that Five Below is basically the TikTok shop brought in person.
Oh yes,
I don't have to wait and pay shipping. So
yes, true,
I tried to get him with that, and he was like, "No, you're right."
No, I honestly I don't even hate it. I just thought it was so funny because Megan was like, "This is Mikey's favorite store." He goes there all the time.
Favorite? All right. No.
He was like, she said, she was like, you know how people go to Target to unwind after a long day of work, which I already wanted to leave alone. I was like, I can't do this. She was like, Mikey just goes to Five Below.
Okay.
She billed it like it was your heaven on earth. That's why I started with it.
Let me throw another.
Like, Mikey loves it.
It's not me, it's you. It's not me, Megan, it's you. I make half as much money as her, so I can't shop at these bougie places.
Yeah, her rifle paper company box is coming in.
Hey, it is not me, it's you, Megan. We can afford Five Below, so that is where we shop.
Oh, love it.
All right. Well, this fell apart completely. I'm gonna edit this tomorrow, Sunday morning. I'm gonna have a lot of bleeps to take out, mostly my.
Yeah, sorry. No, we're very animated today.
I'll save time because I won't have to do any of the weekly awards because I'm a goddamn idiot. So, there's the last bleep. All right, this has been The League Has Spoken, episode 10, talking about episode 8. Till next week.
Go.
What do we buy at the auction? Hey, not fish eye.